the first step we're going to do, as it says in the book, is install the jacks. And that's simple enough by just basically just sliding them in here. You see there's one hole there. And you just, slide them in like that. Simple enough. And what these do is, the crane itself is so large that each part has to be taken off. So what these do is, they jack up and you could, just assemble it like that. So these, I'm assuming, you push up over here. I guess unscrew them so then you could have some room to install them. So unscrew them and slide them in. Alright, those are in. Do the same for the back ones right near the counterweight trays. These are the counterweight trays. And then bring them up from underneath through there. And then you're in. Next, what you want to do is take your boom. And you could tell the boom by well, first of all, this one winch, there you go. It doesn't come strung. You could tell the boom because it has the 2 sheaves here and the 2 winches. And you'll see it's bigger than the mast. So what you want to do is take your nut and bolt. And I don't know if my holes here are aligned correctly. So what I'm going to do is see if they could go in. I'm going to screw them in just so I don't know. So they go in a little easier. And be reminded, when you do put this together, be very careful with the handrails over here, because they do break. You could just tell by them, they do look like they would bend very easily. Alright, now, I always keep the plastic on the track so I don't damage them during assembly. So I'm just going to slide the model back. Obviously lift it up. And I'm going to install the next boom. And the next boom is the 20-foot and the 40-foot section. Make sure that the sections are straight and not bent, because these 18,000s do have the model, they do sometimes have a reputation of the booms being bent since they are brass. So make sure that they're not bent. If you are assembling on a floor, I would suggest getting a shirt and laying it down under the boom. But I don't really think that's necessary with me assembling it. Alright, the next step is to attach your counterweights. And when attaching them, the stack of them is taped, so you just want to cut the tape and then unstack them. Be very gentle with them, and then basically, just stack them like that. The next stack, give me the counterweight, the undercarriage weights. There should only be a few of them. No, I think some of those are maxer weights. And then stack the rest. And you can really see that brings the crane down. Get these we'll now to install the undercarriage weights, and basically just raise your boom, swing it, and just stack them. And then that step is done. You can see these steps are fairly simple, there's not so much complicated stuff about them. But now we're gonna install the tip. Alright, now what you're gonna do is attach the tip with the luffing masts, which are just, you know, those big things on top. And this is very simple until you got attached the straps. Then, you know, it gets a little more complicated, but this part is fairly simple. But one thing I do want to warn you is be careful with the straps, because they are thin and delicate. Which, seems like they do bend pretty easily. Here, and I'm gonna have to look at the assembly guide on how to do this, because this does look a little tricky. Alright, now I'm gonna install the straps. Now, I took the smallest screw, just because I'm assuming that's what it is for. It seems like it's for that. So I'm gonna screw it in now. And I'm gonna ensure that both of the metal touches. Now we're gonna install the mast. The mast is basically what raises and lowers the boom. It's pretty much what you see is, to make it simple, it's the back boom of the crane. Once you take your pin and nut out of here, what you want to do is install the mast. And before I install it, I just want to make sure I'm installing it correct. So it does install this way with the kickstands on those things. Alright, and while the jib's in the air, the mast, my fault, align it. In assembling this model would be to string it. And to string it, what you basically have to do is to string the bridle, which brings the boom up and down. You have to come from right there, bring it up over here, and then bring it down there, and just keep going back and forth. Now in the book, they tell you to cross reeve it, and they tell you to go from one sheave and then hop to right there. So you'd go from here to there. I'm not going to do that, because people have done it, and you can't move it, so it'd be in one position. And my friend Crane Dude, when he first got it, he did that, and he said he's never doing it again, because it's too much. So I'm just going to go over and under. Then once you have your bridle strung, like you can see here, I put it up on a table so you release all the tension off it. And then you have to string the luffing masts. You know, that takes some time, but it is very simple. And I'm going to do the over and up and over method like I did here.